Hello everyone and welcome to another Veal Talks Wrestling video. Now picking up on a story that WrestlingInc.com has just published about Damian Priest's comments aimed at the creative involving Pat McAfee, Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes in the lead up to WrestleMania 42. Now Damian Priest is of course a current contracted WWE talent and a former world champion. Very, very rare for a contracted talent to speak out against creative, but these are weird times that we're living in the run-up to WrestleMania where it suddenly seems like anything goes. Damian Priest was asked for his opinion on the Pat McAfee angle, and this is what he said, and I'm fascinated to get your opinion on whether you think this is a shoot or whether this is another layer in the extension of this weird onion that is slowly being unravelled in the Pat McAfee saga. Asked what he said about Pat McAfee being included in the storyline, Damian Priest said, "It sucks. I'm not a fan." He went on to say, "I don't think that helps anything. He didn't need it. For me, and I'm sure a lot of people aren't going to be happy that I said that, in the locker room specifically, a lot of us weren't happy. That's real. I was asked by some of the younger talent, what did I think? I thought it was bull." Now, he's speaking on the Gabby AF show, having a live interview saying this, and he goes on to explain what he doesn't like. And this is something that's been coming up a lot on the last few days on social media, the sentiment around this. He's saying, why is Pat McAfee allowed to come in and drop F-bombs on this otherwise PG show when other talent could benefit from doing just that in their promos? He said that it pisses him off that someone who's not there all the time got away with saying something like that. He said the locker room is in agreement that they wanted to take the microphone away from McAfee, but he did say at the end of the day, you want people to be talking about a segment, and he did concede. It is garnering attention. That's the whole point. They're trying to sell this match, and obviously adding somebody like McAfee does that. Don't get me wrong. He's got a crazy following. He's very popular, but I don't agree with the way he went about it. So really fascinating to hear what someone who's currently in the company feels about this, because this echoes what so many people are feeling right now. Now, I'm barely watching the product at the moment. I'm so hands off when it comes to WWE, but I am keeping in touch of the major happenings. So I'm watching the segments, I'm watching the promos, and the whole way that this Pat McAfee thing has been handled just blows my mind. Before having this channel, I put a video out on the Wrestling Life Online channel, which I'll drop at the end of this video. The caption was Pat effing McAfee. Just me saying that I don't get it. I understand why he's been brought in, because obviously there's a bigger picture at play here. But the whole thing just, for me, maybe it's because I'm a Brit, maybe it's because Pat McAfee meant nothing to me before he arrived in WWE and still means very little to me culturally. But I just don't get Pat McAfee, and I haven't understood his presence in WWE since day one. For me, he has done nothing but detract from the in-ring product, put all the attention on himself, and make, at times, the wrestling action unwatchable. The very insertion of him into this match just defies logic. And there have been people who said, you know, this is only chapter one. You need to see how the full story unfolds. You can't make an opinion until you see how the full story unfolds. I bet those same people were saying that about Travis Scott 12 months ago. And we all know how that story unfolded. Now, of course, Pat McAfee is much more invested in the product than Travis Scott. He is much more aligned with WWE, but he is still celebrity involvement. And he also is still a third party. And this is now the third consecutive year where the lead up to WrestleMania has got convoluted in a Cody Rhodes match in the main event. Now, I was there in Philly for WrestleMania 40. And as much as I admired in part the addition of The Rock and what that brought to the final crescendo of finishing the story in Philadelphia, there was so much about The Rock's involvement that took away from Roman Reigns during that time and took away from Cody as well. And also, we never got a payoff. We never got a pointful resolution to that. We still haven't got a payoff to that whole thing, really, with The Rock. And I'm doubtful we ever will. Certainly won't right now because he's too busy flogging his wares with Moana. But be that as it may, you know, last year, Travis Scott, all the attention was focused on him, and what could have been and should have been a great match between John Cena and Cody Rhodes was absolutely ruined by celebrity involvement. Fast forward 12 months on, and a match which on paper should sell itself with two veteran performers who've got history and, dare I say, legacy, that match should be enough to sell a main event of WrestleMania. Much as I wasn't particularly excited about it, and I'm still not particularly excited about it, it is a very, very safe and clear WrestleMania match with a logical story. Adding Pat McAfee in has been so illogical, and then so has everything that surrounded it. I'm just sitting here like watching from the sidelines over the last week or so, seeing, CM Punk weighing on Pat McAfee. You now got Damian Priest weighing on Pat McAfee. You got Pat McAfee saying that wrestling was better back in the day. You got Pat McAfee pushing ticket prices up, CM Punk pushing ticket prices down. You got WrestleMania 25% off tickets on the screen a week before the show. Like, genuinely right now, I don't know what WWE is thinking. I don't know what the end goal is here, but I am fascinated by the fact that Damian Priest goes out on this show, which, as I say, the Gabby AF show is where the full interview is. Every WWE talent knows if they say something on a show like that, it's going to get picked up. All the news sites are going to run with it. There's no way you say a comment like that without it having an agenda. So what is the agenda here? Is this just another layer of the onion? Is this a way to keep Pat McAfee's name out there? Is this a way to build more buzz for WrestleMania, or is there more to it? One thing I hope is that this is another layer and another step for Damian Priest's star to ascend, because I love Damian Priest. I was saying this ever since, kind of 2020, 2021, especially around 2022 when he was doing a lot of his PR stuff in the run-up to Clash at the Castle. That guy has so much untapped charisma. He is superstar personified, and we just need to find the right thing for Damian Priest, and he will fly. I know he's already been a world champion, but I genuinely think there is so much untapped potential in Damian Priest, especially if they can unlock more of his personality on screen. So in theory, I love this for him. If this is now building up to something bigger, we saw what Damian Priest was able to do with Bad Bunny. Maybe this is building towards something with Damian Priest and Pat McAfee in the future. And if so, if Pat McAfee's star power, which he undoubtedly has, can help someone like Damian Priest to get to the next level, then I am all for it. I have no problem with Pat McAfee being involved in a WrestleMania program. I have a huge problem with Pat McAfee taking attention away from Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes in a WrestleMania main event. So I'm going to drop a link to the full interview from Gabby AF in the comments. See what you think. I'll drop a link to a WrestlingInc.com article as well, so you can have a look at the comments. Shout out to those guys for bringing this to my attention. Love to hear what you think. What do you think to this whole angle? What do you think to Pat McAfee's booking? Are you excited about WrestleMania? Has this been a massive curveball? Was this a shoot from Damian Priest? And is that enough questions for you to drop a comment below? Love to hear from you. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. This is brand new, and I need your support to help this grow and to help this continue. I've been Ben Veal, host of Wrestling Life, and I will see you all again very, very soon. Bye.